Alright guys, we got through that first game unscathed. Well, luckily. As I mentioned, we had a game reset because of technical difficulties, and I really think that played into my favor. And I feel fortunate for that, so, you know, I don't know if I can feel awesome about that win, but a new game is a new game, so theoretically he had just as good of a chance to win that one as he did the first one, and the rules are the rules, and it is what it is, so not much I can do about it. I feel a little bad, but that's how it goes. And okay, so the runner game's out of the way. Honestly, I'm still more nervous when I play the runner, just because I'm so comfortable with this Redcoats deck at this point in time that I think I can do fairly well almost every game with it. So pretty nice opening hand here. We got lots of econ, tons of econ, and I'm going to go ahead and get it while I can. The Siphon Chaos Theory deck is out there, so I am a little vulnerable, obviously, here in HQ. No agendas in HQ, so that's good. If he wants to just run on it, he can. And hopefully we can avoid the Siphon here if he's playing it. Just a regular run, that's fine with me. You're not going to find anything you want to see in there. So, I guess the Wotan probably gives him a little information, maybe as to what kind of deck we're playing. So he does get that. Same old thing, interesting. One Biotic Labor, that's an add I made to the deck. So I'm not going to draw on my last click there, I'm just going to take a credit, because I don't want to draw an agenda and just give that up to him in HQ, so. I am very, very soon going to want to get something on HQ very fast, but this is a great start for us. 22 credits. A little more ice would be great, but anyway, back to the Biotic Labor. I kind of talked about, if you watched my previous video about the Redcoats, talked about the auxiliary spot of the subliminal messaging, so I'm just trying a Biotic Labor for the time being. Sees the Wotan again. Would love for him to come back. Be interesting to see if he checks the remote too. Definitely on a res. We have plenty of money, and it's going to end the run. Rejected. So, I don't think I'm giving up tremendous amount of information there. I'm maybe lending myself to a Maker's Eye next turn. So if I draw one piece of ice, I might, if my mandatory is a piece of ice, I'll probably draw again, looking for another one. And I'll get a Janus. Meant to res the Eve, but I guess I'll have to wait for next turn. Nerve Agent, I know that card. I wonder what he's going to think of this hand. Wotan, Janus, and Biotic Labor. So, you know, at this point, if I do happen to draw an agenda with all these counters that he has here, I do have ice I can put up there. It's not like maybe the ideal ice I want to put on HQ for my first piece of ice, but If it gets to that point where I need to protect HQ at this point, I think I can, even though I'll pay through the teeth on it. But at the current time, there's no threat. Oh, it comes in with a demo run. How about that? That's not horrible. I can do just fine without a biotic in these 3 cards. These are actually 3 cards I don't mind losing right now. Neat play, though. But the Thunder rolls with my econ train. Ichi's harmless, so I've got no reason to fear him coming into HQ. The Eve trickle has started. I guess the biotic would have been really nice if I had drawn into an ABT. Would have been a nice little escape plan. Now by playing this, he has to run it, because it could have easily been an agenda. And if, you know, there would have been really
bargain rejected.
No way of him knowing, you know, if I draw an agenda there, I'm probably going to do the same thing, because he's going to check out my hand if I keep it in hand. I'm sure he's going to run it. Oh my gosh, how does he not run that? That is shocking. And I guess we'll just try to do this. I would suspect strongly he's going to run it this time. Here comes the demo run. He's gotten some pretty good value out of that, I can say that. It's cost him some money. I don't know that it's really crippling us. Now he's got to run that remote. Got to. He's got to. Dude, do not let me score this agenda. Do not let me score this agenda. Do not let me score this agenda. Oh my god. Well, I'll take that. Why wouldn't I? Tough. To run it or not to run it here. I've seen one agenda. I got 7 out of 34 left. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. 1 in 5. Let's go for it. Boom! Nice. So we lose the ash. That's not good. But the 2 pieces of ice res there are key. Very key. And at this point in time, my HQ is you know, and I think I would have seen an account siphon by now if he was playing it. Maybe not. He's only 13 cards in, but I guess I've seen 4 influence. So you know, to run 1 or 2 siphons, I think is very reasonable, and I have to be mindful of that. The worst part about him siphoning me right now would not be losing the credits; it would be him gaining the credits. I could probably endure losing 5 credits; not a big deal. But man, that ABT was just huge, and I can't believe he didn't run it. But so it goes. Breaks are always good. So I think we're actually looking pretty good here. I'm gonna get this toll booth here. So if I draw into a 3-pointer, I can just put it down and start advancing it, and I don't have to mess around with trying to install another piece of ice, because if he installs a corroder or a barrier breaker, he could install, click through the Victor, and break the wall static. Now he's going to check my remotes. Yeah, I would do too, buddy. So I don't want to mess around with that, with not having any protection on HQ right now, which is unorthodox, I would say, but you know, you gotta take what the game gives you sometimes. So I have nothing in hand. There's no reason for him to run it, and I can just take an agenda, put it right on the remote at this point. So that's what I'm trying to do. He's broke. He has no breakers. Rushing out agendas is exactly where I want to be. And we're going to be ripped for the remainder of this game, it appears. Speak of the devil. So, there's... Oops. Oh well. I did not mean to hit Control D there. I meant to hit Control C. Really glad I didn't draw an agenda, let me tell you. He's probably like, thank you for drawing that on your 3rd click. Thank you for... The gods are with me in today's matchup. I'll say that. The Netrunner gods are favoring me today. You know, life's good when there's 3 Eves on the table and they have 4 credits. That's when life is good. So, there. Get that agenda in there. I can't score it next turn, but it's definitely a lot safer in the remote right now than it is in my hand. And it's going to take a lot for him to get through that server, and I don't think he can do it in 4 clicks, even if he has the money to do it, which I don't see how he has that either. So I think I'm in a good spot here to get this priority rec scored. Although, you know, runners tend to have answers, so we'll see if he has anything in his playbook here. But if I don't draw an agenda, I think I'm just going to put that Caduceus up over the toll booth and advance. What's he going to get here? This is important. Torch. Yeah. Test run scavenge. I like it. I know that play. I've done it before. So on that note, let's just do what I said I was going to do. I have plenty of money to do this, so I'm not worried. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to advance this twice. So now I have all three pieces of types of ice on this remote, and a big ass toll booth, and pretty barrier sentry. I can definitely win any trace if he really tries to come through with a strong plan. So I think that this priority wreck is scored here. I really don't know what he could do to get it. So maybe he's just going to come with like a Maker's Eye or something, which I think would be a good play. And hand is all ice. No threat there. So it's worth probably noting again, I'm only playing this way because I'm seeing a shaper in front of me. In terms of my HQ and how I'm putting my ice out. At this stage of the game, I feel very comfortable with our position. Another piece of ice, fantastic. So we'll get the toll booth res. And now we're just going to wait for another agenda. Woo! Another demo run. Wow. So there goes another 5 pieces of ice. We've lost 1, 2, 3, 8 pieces. So we've lost 8, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out. That's 13 total. That means I have another 9 left in the deck. Thankfully, I've gotten a fair amount of pretty strong ice out on the table already. And I'm just looking to draw an agenda to go for the win. See, I had somebody post on my videos today that I should be playing demo run like the way this guy's playing it with Nerve Agent, and you know it's great. I don't know that it like does a lot though. No, I'm right. Okay, draw another one. Yeah, it's probably just a matter of time until he starts coming back in here. So although that's not really going to do much for him, it's just going to be 1 credit for him to break that. But it's only going to be 2 for me to res it. Cost me 2 to install it. I guess if he runs it, a couple times, it might be worth it. But at this point, with all the money that I have, I can afford to be a little loose with my econ and just sort of play to keep him poor versus conserving my money, if that makes sense. So I think I can just be a little bit more aggressive about icing up where he's probably going to run just to tax him. And I think my NAPD would be a beautiful draw. Well, I mean, why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. The 2 towers. Those are some towers. Interesting, we haven't seen any R&D pressure from him. Maybe that toll booth has really slowed him down a lot. Maker's Eye. So he's playing Maker's Eye. He's playing Indexing. He's got a Garrote in there. I assume he's going to try and test run scavenge that Garrote in. Well, let the tax fest begin. I don't know that he has an economic engine here to keep up with us. I'm sure he has a levy and can recurse some things. But we're just going to drain his money. I mean, this is exactly where we want to be with this deck at this point. I'm not comfortable. I mean, holy smokes, how have I only seen 2 agendas so far? That's pretty crazy, I think. I would consider that to be pretty crazy. Priority Rec. Can we score it? Maybe it's worth trying. Probably worth trying. I don't know if he can get through that server. And maybe I'm being sloppy here. But honestly speaking, this is the way I feel about it. If he can get through that server and score the priority rec, I'm sure that'll make him happy. But what's it going to take for him to do that? Everything he has, probably. So if he takes it and uses everything he has to get through, I think our position is going to be so dominating that any agenda, you know, we're going to see agendas here. I mean, I have 5 out of 16 left. So one out of every 3 cards approximately in my deck right now is an agenda, which is nuts. And if I was going to draw this up without seeing how the game played out, I would never want to go this deep into a game with a Shaper. Ah, Escher. Okay, well, he's got some idea of... I'm sure he's got some way he can get through. It'll be interesting to see what he does with these unrest pieces of ice. I hope he keeps that Heimdall up there. Nope. But this is still going to cost him a lot to do this. What are you doing there, guy? You killed one of my toll booths. You smushed it. What do you want to do with my other toll booth, man? He like hit it. Can you get through here? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I still don't think he has enough. Oh, no, he can. Yeah, because he can take credits. Yep. Where's Ash when you need it, huh? Escher's a neat card. So it's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What I wouldn't do for an NAPD contract in that server right now. But like I said, I even with the Escher and him rearranging my ice here, it's definitely inconvenient. And I don't want to give up 3 points here, but this is costing him a lot. I think he's going to be down to like 2 credits maybe. Yeah, because he's going to break all 3 of these. So he's going to be down to 2 credits. So I think if I can draw 1 piece of ice and a like a 2-point agenda, that would be awesome. Ash is nice. So let's definitely draw for an agenda now. Nope. And can't do it on the last click, so guess we'll just hedge fund. Because I got nothing else to do. And he might come in and demo it away, so. The Ash was 1 turn too late. But like I said, I should be drawing 1 and 3 agendas. I just saw 2 cards. Hopefully the next one's an agenda. At this point, we win. If I draw an agenda and I have a click to spare, I win. As long as I can install it and get it out of my hand into that server, yeah, I mean, unless he finds some really big econ boost. Like a stim hack maybe I should be careful for. So certainly if I get another piece of ice, it's going to go on that remote. And my guess is he might trash this Ash. Probably won't trash the Adonis, but he's might be a little bit nervous if he sees an Ash. What? Didn't you want to see 2? Yeah. He can redo that. Let's see what he does with the Ash. That'll probably scare him. Yes. Alright, cool. So he just spends another 3 credits. He doesn't know that's an Ash there, of course. He might think it's game over, but it's not. Not until I draw another agenda. Nope. One, two, three, four, 5. Oh man, now we're only at 40 credits. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna put Jackson in that server. That's what I'm gonna do. I've never seen a bigger credit disparity in my life. And I don't know that I've ever seen so many agendas buried at the bottom of a deck before. So, come on now. There we go. And for good measure, yeah, we'll put it here because that's honestly 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's honestly the only way we could lose is if he does like a Maker's Eye and scoops up the million agendas we have in R&D. Not that he has a conceivable way through that, but This has got to be game over. And if it is, starting 6-0 in this Swiss tournament is pretty exciting. It's really exciting, actually. I'm pretty pumped. Bluebird and Banjo Thulu are the other two right now that are unbeaten. And those are two pretty tough players, so be surprised if one of them came through. Not shocked, but be a little surprised if somebody came through with a sweep there. So, even if he stim hacks us here, we got him. He's got nothing. I think it's over. Yep.
Login rejected.
So he would have had 11 to get through that. I mean, he knew I was going to be able to res that, so more or less he was just in desperation mode, so there's the game. Wow, that was an interesting game. Don't see too many games shape up with servers looking like this. But we got off to a very fast start. Practically a perfect start. But, well, we get through unscathed. Very fortunate, especially that first game, to do that. So, I'll take it. I will definitely take it.